first of all, save. That's kind of important. And I want to go over my Jinnies one more time. With any of my Jinnies on standby and go for a summon turn 1, or if I'd rather play the slow or safer game. Because I'm going to probably either use Chasm or Mineral at the start of this fight, either way. So like if I put Flint in set and go for Chasm, then pretty much any of my other party members can go for a Ramsey summon right away and not have to worry about that. And actually, yeah, the boss is weak to fire, so I think I'll actually go with a setup like this. Start with Ivan going for Chasm, Garrett going for this fire summon, and Isaac going for the Venus summon. It should make for an interesting start to the fight at the very least. So Isaac summoning might actually be better in this version because of that, but we'll see. Yeah. The ape is back and he brought a friend. Fun fact, there was originally like a wisp in here too, but the whole point was that the wisp would like add extra status effects to the battle. But he ended up just, because with the low HP that he has, because he was a normal enemy, he kind of ended up being baggage to kind of go down turn 1. And I think there might have been some like sprite hiccups. Don't quote me on that though. So, something like that, because of reasons like that, I decided to just like, nah, I will just pass on having him there. He wasn't contributing that much more to the boss fight. Alright, I think this is a pretty good start. Get Chasm to protect us from early hits, get a little Shiver on here to hopefully make him a little weaker. Forgot I brought that ability back. You can I kind of can see where I was starting to run out of moves, because it probably might have been more effective if I was going to make that an attack, to kind of give him something to actually do. Oh, I forgot. Because he can run away, we're not going to get to see the gimmick. I'm surprised the apes haven't done it yet, in all the times that we fight them, but those apes can actually call a friend. So this boss fight is kind of interesting in the fact that it can go one of two ways. They're pretty drastically different from one another. First way, as we're seeing here, the enemy that's supposed to support the boss runs away immediately, and it just turns more into a normal boss fight as a result. Alternatively, that little mook can call for his friends, and things can get overwhelming pretty fast. Your key way of preventing that from being an issue is supposed to be having Blanket, putting the guy, just focusing on trying to put the supporting enemy to sleep. That way he can't call for friends, and so you avoid getting overwhelmed in the process. This is fine too, though. Oh, that's right. Do have Clarity Clovers, so I should probably just use those. Do I make Garrett or someone else faster? Or I think I just go for Blooder now because I don't feel like I'm hurting too bad on that front. Oh, you supposedly have Blanket, but you still kind of out of commission. Someone should use that Clarity Clover and get Garrett out of his Synergy Seal, because I could definitely use Garrett's Synergy for this fight. But you have all the Clarity Clovers. Just so I can get my Jinny back before the attack drop goes away. Alright, so that opens up to Garrett to just go crazy and give everyone else energy points when they need them. I can't believe I haven't been abusing slow yet. Let's see. Glare might actually be good. Do I want to go for another glare? Haven't been hurting too bad, actually. I guess I'll go for Bludder again. Wouldn't it be worth it? It's free! So why not? Really? Synergy Steal again? Twice in a row? Reasons for breakfast? Okay, so all out synergy there. This would be a cool time to use Side Pass, but unfortunately I don't think I'm going to have that luxury. I mean, I could just not be greedy and use a Crystal Cookie, because that's what they're for, but I am an item hoarder. And I don't really see a drastic need to use my items yet, so I am not going to use my items yet. Yeah, we got him asleep. This fight's kinda in the bag. Like, yeah, it does seem like this fight might feel really easy, because I've been getting lucky with the sleep and the apron with turn 1 already. But I think that's just part of the wild nature of this fight, just the fact that it can go very drastic different ways. Like, if you know the strats and take advantage of sleep, the fight's not so bad. But if you don't take advantage of sleep, and you get unlucky with the ape calling for extra friends instead of running away, then things can get kinda ugly kinda fast, and I think it's okay that way. And ideas worth exploring around for version 2 though, but just keep in mind. And to keep the trend of not getting traditional synergy item, we have the Rain Rod. This will let us use Douse. I think I did actually make it rain. Oh no, it's just normal Douse because I guess I'm thinking because Mia has Divine Rain by default already, that it wasn't necessary to make a free synergy version of that. We'll see what happens when I sell it. I'll be honest, I'm a little conflicted of who should get this. I can make an argument for either Ivan or Mia. Oh, and it's Seal Synergy, and I haven't been taking advantage of that at all. Well, this should be stronger than the Mace. So I guess Ivan can have the Rain Rod for now. It's one of those things that might end up selling eventually just to get the synergy item. Now, but we can at least get, I don't know if we're gonna get through all of Alton, we should. Oh, new vermin! Actually, those are the Mercury Lighthouse version of the vermin. But nevertheless, I want. I wonder if I made these guys too easy. I mean, I tried to make them in a way where grinding isn't the issue. Like, the one thing I don't like about the way Vanilla Lost Age handles its dark is hard mode. Because yeah, the sequel to Golden Sun has its own hard mode without actually in the game by default. But one thing I don't like about that game's hard mode is the fact that it also cuts the money and experience that you earn. And I feel like I'm personally of the philosophy that a good RPG should be built in a way that's fun without making the grind requirement. Like, I don't see extra grinding as a source of difficulty overall. So, like, I don't see just cutting the experience you earn as a feature that makes a game harder by default. I guess it could make a game harder if you're combining it with other things, but I personally feel like a game needs more to it than that in order to be difficult. I guess what I'm trying to say is that a game shouldn't be... a game that just forces you to grind more and decides to call that difficulty doesn't really feel like a difficulty mode, in my opinion. At least I think that's what I'm trying to say. I kind of feel like the commentating curse is taking over me. I'm kind of something a little bit on the fly. So I might feel the need to correct myself later on. Alright, who has the abilities to heal? You know, your Djinn needs to be set because... Oh, actually, considering what we're going up against, maybe not. Maybe I should get the Djinn in town first, but I mean, we're here. I'll let you know when Djinns actually start getting to be hard. I don't think we're at that point quite yet. I don't think we're at the point where we have to worry about wiping out to a Djinn. Again, they're harder than usual, but I don't think they're hard to the point of, like, having to worry about dying to them. Alright. I don't think I can put a Djinn to sleep. But it doesn't hurt to try. Actually, I forgot about the OG plan. Breeze, Chasm, Summon. At least you don't have to worry about them running away turn 1. So, nice solid 100 damage there. Oh hey! I forgot this is the point where they start showing off new moves. Spread's Dart is an ability that we will eventually get to have, but not for a long time. And the class in particular that's tied behind it, slight spoilers, is tied to a Tri-Elemental class, and that was the one set of Tri-Elemental classes were the one set of classes that I actually experimented around with the different synergies that the classes have, and I'm just really proud of how I implemented all the Tri-Elemental classes in Dawn of Djinn in general. So I'm looking forward when we get enough Djinns to actually play around with it, but I still think we're a few off before we can really start experimenting with Tri-Elemental classes. Mineral's kind of overkill, but why not? Oh, I can put it to sleep. Anyways, when we actually get access to Lava Shot, I feel it'll be a more appropriate time to go over what's so special about it. And I mean, that's kind of the tricky part about statuses in general, like, because there's no way to prevent, at least as far as I know with Golden Sun, there's no way to prevent an enemy from getting inflicted with status conditions multiple times in a row. They're kind of hard to balance, so I could kind of see, at least from what I've seen, Reloaded kind of just makes it so boss fights and mini-boss fights in general don't get inflicted by statuses, and I kind of get why that is, because I can see how broken it can be to, especially if you can't control how often the enemy does get status. Okay, actually, with everyone having all these Djinns, I should probably use some of the summons this area. Lava Shot we have seen. And since it's pretty much like Ragnarok for fire synergy, at least if the mixed classes, it's kind of good that we use Chasm in that moment in particular. Anyways, it is time. We've gotten Mika, who's based on a volcanic rock, which has a totally original new ability of boosting the party's defense, and is totally not a sensor. But seriously, I wanted to like do something different and fun with Mika, but I couldn't really. But like, unlike attack boost, you know, it feels weird saying out loud, but trust me, like, it makes sense. It just felt too broken to have. I just couldn't find the way with customizing abilities in the other works. I can give a secondary effect like boosting defense, attack, but I can't like stack multiple secondary effects. So like the way I try to make like special of like having recover synergy or as well as boost attack, I can, like... Point being, I wanted to do something with Mika beyond just boosting defense, but I couldn't really find something that worked within the editor, but also wasn't too broken, because basically if I'm have a Ginny... Similar thing with Breeze, like, in my opinion, boosting defense, as well as boosting resistance, is already really good on its own, especially considering that the defense boost and resist boost that you get from these Ginnies is already better than what you can do with synergies, because, like, if I were to, like, use War on Ivan, it would boost his resistance as much as Breeze, which works on the entire party. Meanwhile, when we do eventually unlock the ability to have an AoE resist boost, it's half as effective as Breeze. So yeah, point being, like, Breeze, Ginnies that boost resistance and Ginnies that boost defense are already really good on their own. That it's kind of hard to actually find an ability, a secondary effect to give them that's not too broken. And I felt like this game still needed those two things in particular. It's kind of weird that, because, like, attack is really good. Like, attack is one of those... All this is not saying that attack isn't good. Attack boost is as good, if not better, than your other stuff, or like the other two. Especially with the way that attacking synergies work. It just doesn't feel... Part of it was just because, like, when editing abilities, I could either have... I can give them a secondary effect like boosting attack, and that's about it. If I want to add something else to it, it has to either be... I have to either turn it into a synergy recovery ability, an attacking ability, or a healing ability. And obviously, I don't think I really want to have my attack boost ability hurt my allies without some sort of major perk, which I don't think it would be possible in this. Plus, when we got Smith, we had no synergy recovery option whatsoever. So I really wanted to make sure that synergy recovery... I wanted to make sure that the party had access to synergy healing outside items as early as possible, to some degree. Oh cool, we actually got the Sleepy Mr. proc. I'm actually happy that we got to showcase that Unleash. I thought the name was kind of creative and all that. Point being, like, yeah... I can't really find a way to make an AoE defense boost. I couldn't find a way to make Breeze better than it already was without it feeling too broken. And similar thing with Mika, aka the Ginny that used to be